What's up? What's up? Checking some things just to make sure I'm all good on either side. I can take that off. Sweet. Okay. Cool. Okay. Excellent. Make sure y'all can hear me right quick. All right. Awesome. What's going on, y'all? I'm going to be talking about the power of long form content today, briefly. I just want to check my tech and then we're going to get it moving. So let me make sure y'all can hear me. And then we'll be good to go. Okay, cool. Looks like that's good. I'll be ready next time. Good to see y'all. Just making sure I'm live on both platforms. It looks like we are gravy. Excited about that. All right. So I'm talking about long form content today and why you need to go ahead and make sure that you're doing it for yourself so that you can take advantage of all of the benefits that comes with having content that's already being produced, or you have something to work with. All right. A couple more presses here and we'll be good to go. All right, bet. Cool. So long form content. What I'm doing right now is another form of long form content. I'm going live so I can make sure that I have a piece of content that I can come back to and refer to for things that I'm speaking about. The issue that a lot of folks have is that they start from zero, from scratch, from nothing each and every day, and they get frustrated because they don't know what to do next, or they don't have at least a base for what's going on. So it's very critical and important that you have some type of long form content. It doesn't always have to be video, but what I like to call it is a foundational piece of content. Having a foundational piece of content, be it a video or an article or a blog or a book, is a great way to have reference points for things that you can share in the future. One of the biggest ways that, what's going on? Good to see you. One of the biggest things I can say is, let's just take the Bible, for instance, right? That is a reference point. It is a foundational piece of content that pastors and preachers and classes, they have used for a millennia to be able to give reference to things that they're trying to share with people. And it is a foundational piece of content that has been reproduced and shared and represented in different ways for thousands of years. What is that foundational piece of content for you? Do you have something that you can refer back to, like a base or a manual, or something that you can say, this is what I'm taking information from and sharing it in bits and pieces over time? This is what long form content and long form video especially can do. So let's just take the video that I'm currently making. This is something that I can take, transcribe, and share over and over again with the various pieces of information, the various pieces of information that I share throughout our time together. Okay, what's up, girl? Good to see you. All right, so I'm going to share my other screen really quick and just break down a few things that you can do when you take the time to meet this iPad. When you take the time to actually try to work from somewhere. So even when we was in school, we had textbooks and all that other stuff, right? So let's say we have, and y'all gotta forgive, don't be checking my spelling while I'm writing, okay? We're gonna have long form video. All right. So we'll have that long form video. Here is a way that I break this thing down almost every time. So I take that. This is my foundational piece of content. And so, for instance, let's just say let's call this a podcast. and I'll show you the breakdown on how I use my podcast and break it into multiple pieces of content. Let's do that so y'all can see better. All right, cool. So long form content, then I use a podcast as that particular medium for me to be able to talk. Okay. From that podcast, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this information to furnish my social media. All right. So for social media from the podcast, I'm just going to say that I want 4 clips from that particular podcast for social media. I'm also going to ask for 2 carousels. Okay. And then I'm going to ask for 2 quotes. That's what my podcast will do for my social media. All right. Now, the next one we'll talk about is my LinkedIn, because I've been trying to get better on LinkedIn too. Next time I'll go live on LinkedIn as well. So for my LinkedIn, what I'm going to ask this podcast to do for me for the LinkedIn is I'm going to have it inform. I'm going to have this inform my LinkedIn article and a question that I can ask my audience online. Okay. Then the next channel that I'm going to do is my email. All right. And from the email, what I'm going to have this particular platform do, or the podcast is going to be able to reference. I'm going to share the podcast information. Okay, that's just sharing it. But then I'll also be able to kind of nurture my audience with the tips from that particular podcast. So I'll give them like a breakdown or an overview of what took place so that they can take that with them. Now, the podcast is also living on my YouTube channel. Okay. And so this can also, I can use these same information. So the information that I can use again is maybe the questions. And I can share that to my YouTube community. So these are all of the various things that we can utilize, and there's so much more to explore, but we can utilize to be able to share information in various places from one source. And this can be almost anything, right? So long form video. Let's just take for instance, we're going to take a blog. Let's say I have a blog. And what I'm going to do is break down the content formats that you can take advantage of. So we have the blog, and then I'm going to say I want to do something with it, video, with audio, with written, and with an image. These are 4 content areas that I want to be able to utilize from the long form piece of content that is the blog. So for video, I can have the blog write me a script for a short form video or a long form video, or a script for a long form video. Okay, and this will help me on platforms such as IG, TikTok, YouTube, things of that nature. For audio, I can create audiograms, quick snippets of information that is inspired from the blog. From the written portion, I can write a newsletter. I can write an email. Okay, from the image, we can do quote graphics. If I can spell quote together. Quote graphics. Okay, I can also do infographics. So these are just different ways that I can take foundational pieces of content, base content, if you will, and be able to manipulate it in ways that are going to help me further extend my reach and my efforts. So instead of just, abandoning something when you first started, you'll want to be able to utilize it in various different ways to keep your platform more consistent, to build your brand awareness and let people know what you got going on. All right. So what's other types of long form things? So we spoke about, switch this, rotate page. Long form content can be a video. It can be a audio podcast. Oh, goodness. Even a voice note. Doesn't even have to be nothing too serious. Okay. It can be, we'll do it this way. Boom, shakalaka. Okay, we have videos, and this can be videos from anywhere from YouTube videos. YouTube videos. This can be. Ooh-wee. I think did I spell that right? Nope. Course videos. For audio, we have podcasts. You can do voice notes. Okay. For written, this can be from blogs. Newsletters are kind of same thing. Newsletters. Captions. Ebooks. Okay. And images. Can be pictures. Infographics. Quotes. The list goes on and on, but these are foundational or base pieces of content that you can utilize to help furnish your social. I see a few people popping in. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for joining. Please, if you have any questions, let me know. I can go through what I've gone through already, but pretty much the importance of long form pieces of content that will help reduce your overwhelm and also give you the inspiration needed to be able to continue to share what you have to share is going to be key to help you reduce that overwhelm. I'm actually in the process right now to be able to continue sharing the stuff that I've already created, or I'm not pressed about it because I already know what's going on or where I'm going to share from. That's going to help me for the rest of this particular year. And even the video that I'm doing right now is inspired by a post that I made either yesterday or the day before to come on here and show you all why long form video is so key. And long form video doesn't have to be super long. Literally, if you look at these platforms, a long form video is pretty much over 90 seconds. All right, because if you look at it, when we're posting a reel can only go up to 90 seconds. So anything over 90 seconds is technically a long form video. So you can sit in front of your camera, your phone, or whatever you have, and just talk. You can write some bullet points and kind of address each one of those bullet points, but it's literally a conversation. So even if you look at some of the things that have been produced as of late, right, and you look at a lot of the content, a lot of them have this side profile like angle. You could pretend that you're talking to somebody. You could pretend that you're on a podcast. Set your camera up in a side orientation and just answer maybe 3 questions, right? According to your particular niche. You can ask simple questions and just answer it. And you can be expressive and do whatever you have to do. But then you take that information that you shared or that you recorded. And mind you, this is whatever your content strength is. Where's my little muscle? Whatever your content strength is. If you are a strong communicator in video, do it that way. If you are a strong communicator and you don't want the camera on, do it that way. Do a voice note. If you're a strong communicator in written and you can do that, do that. Whatever your strongest point is, create that foundational content in that format. And then that's when we use that opportunity to represent it in various formats so that you can continue to share it across various platforms. So that's what I'm going to leave y'all with on today, is ensuring that you choose a base, a foundation. So this is more of like a house. I'll call it a house. So if you do this here, and this is the base, that's your base content. And then we furnish it with things like video, things like audio, things like written, and things like images. Okay? To build our house of content where everything is encompassed and you continue to share a whole experience with people because of what you have provided for them. This also speaks to the learning styles of people, right? Some people are more visual people where they want to see. Some people like to read. Ooh. Okay. Some people also are visual when it comes to that, and they just need step-by-step instructions. And then some people like to hear. Let's see what my ears gonna look like. Boom. Some people like to hear. So we want to make sure that we are catering to those specific audiences. What's up, Nikki? That we're catering to those specific audiences can enjoy our content as well. Because I'm a person, if you give me a book, like I have so many books in my phone right now that people have suggested to me that I read, and I'm just like, ugh. But you give me a video, I'll tear that thing up, especially if I can, enhance it to 2x speed. That it's over with if I can do that. So I gravitate more towards audiobooks or video experiences for me to be able to consume, because I can go and revisit it, and I just can understand and interpret things a little bit better than if you give me a book, because even my books are collecting dust. You feel me? My digital books are collecting dust. So I know I am strong in these particular areas. Boom, video, audio, even images. I will watch, listen, or interpret something before I read it. And it's not a bad thing for me. Some people are different. They don't want to listen to you at all. They want to be able to read it and know it for themselves. The issue that we fall against is that we only provide in the way that we're comfortable with. What's going on? Good to see you. Yeah, so if my favorites are going to be video, audio, and images, right? But I'm leaving all of my written people out, like they can't follow along. Not that they can't, they just prefer not to, because they're not getting what they need. And it's a simple, what I would like to say simple. The process to be able to provide content for them is not difficult, right? So all it is taking even your preference or your base, which might be video, and then you can just transcribe it. Let me do it the other way. You can transcribe it to be written for these people. There's awesome programs like Descript that can take that video and audio content and turn it into written content that you can then transcribe and turn it into what you want, be it an ebook, be it a checklist, be it a carousel, what have you. But you don't leave that piece of your audience out because you don't know how to produce things for them. And even like an audio situation is just taking the video, snatching out the audio, and being able to put it on a platform that's audio only, right? So those are those particular key things and how we can build a solid house and foundation for our content to be able not only to provide for ourselves and operate from an area of strength, but then also being able to provide people who have just various learning styles and enjoy consuming things in different ways the opportunity to follow along with us. All right. Now, my whole brain is supposed to be doing something else, but I decided to come on here anyway because that's what I wanted to do on today. So I have to catch up with some other stuff later. But I probably got 5 more minutes left. I see I got a few people in here. If y'all have any questions, now would be the time to ask so that I can provide you with an answer to the best of my ability. And y'all let me know too what you think about this right here, this particular experience, the look and the format, because I'm looking to definitely show up more often live and be able to do the thing that I do, which is teach. So y'all got a couple moments to let me know what's up, or maybe I'll go to my YouTube channel and see what questions I have there. I'll answer maybe 1 or 2 questions if I can relating to this topic. And we'll keep it moving. Let's see. Okay, so the question is going to be, what platform do I suggest to help people or new people be able to create content if they've never done it before? And the platform I'm always going to suggest for these individuals, let me move to my other screen, is called Descript. And Descript is my favorite. When it comes down to it, I'll probably go live another time to be able to show you why I like it, but Descript can help you edit basic video, audio. They also have pictures. They have B-roll. They have GIFs, whatever. They also have music. They have an AI feature to help you do things. You can help, has an AI built into it, right? What else does it do? So people who use things like Loom, they have a feature where you can record your screen and you can share it online. So not having to use another platform. So I've used to, even when I do use Ecamm, I used to have to download it and then upload it to like YouTube to share to other people. But I can record my screen and it gives me like a web page to share with other people. So I don't have to use Loom. What else? It does a whole lot more. There's still things that I'm learning, but Descript is one of my favorite programs for even for beginners, but then also for just people who are looking to make their life easier when it comes to creating content. Anywho, thank y'all for joining me for these 20 minutes or so.